Hawaii continues to deal with an invasion of hot lava from an erupting volcano.
This is an eruption that seems like it's going to be in the summit, but things can change at any time.
This is the map of the United States, and in green you can see the island of Hawaii. And nestled amidst the cerulean waters, this island is not only home to the renowned Mauna Loa, but also plays host to 4 other majestic volcanoes that collectively shape the island's landscape. And if you harbour apprehensions of an impending doomsday triggered by an asteroid hurtling from the cosmos, we implore you to reconsider, for the ultimate threat may emerge from a much closer proximity, directly beneath your very feet. Unveiling itself as the crown jewel of active volcanoes worldwide, the awe-inspiring might of Mauna Loa looms ominously, its molten fortress poised to plunge our world into an unprecedented state of stillness. What mysterious forces are at play within the depths of Mauna Loa? Could we be standing on the precipice of an imminent cataclysm, an eruption of epic proportions that spells doom for us all? Join us as we delve into the seismic rumblings of this colossal volcano. Mauna Loa, the colossal titan of active volcanoes, reigns as the largest of its kind across the entire planet. Translated from Hawaiian as Long Mountain, its name befits its iconic shield volcano shape, characterized by gentle rounded slopes. This volcano claims an impressive 51% of the landmass of Hawaii Island and towers majestically at an altitude of 13,681 feet, 4,170 meters above sea level. Yet it boasts an even more astonishing feat, ascending a staggering 30,000 feet, 9,144 meters from the ocean floor, surpassing even the mighty Mount Everest. So immense is its weight that the very oceanic bed bends beneath its colossal presence. Mauna Loa's expansive reach encompasses an expanse nearly twice the combined area of all the other Hawaiian islands. Throughout history, eruptions of Mauna Loa have been marked by voluminous lava flows that traverse vast distances, contributing to its distinctive form. Scientists estimate that an astounding 90% of the volcano's surface has been blanketed by lava flows that erupted within the past 4,000 years. Mauna Loa comprises a primary summit caldera named Mokuaweo, flanked by 2 highly active rift zones to the northeast and southwest. These rift zones have unleashed their fury, directing lava flows towards the city of Hilo in 1984 and South Kona in 1950 respectively. Additionally, a series of 33 radial vents stretch northwestward from the volcano. Typically, eruptions of Mauna Loa commence within the summit caldera before gradually migrating towards a rift zone. Over the course of its volatile history, Mauna Loa has erupted an astounding 34 times since 1843, maintaining an average frequency of once every 5 years. Zooming out to a broader temporal scale, spanning the past 3,000 years, the volcano has unleashed its fiery fury approximately once every 6 years. Recently, however, Mauna Loa volcano has raised significant concerns as it exhibits unsettling signs of an impending catastrophe. The unsettling developments began when it unleashed lava flows that advanced towards a vital highway, triggering local apprehension. Serving as the primary thoroughfare connecting Hilo and Kona, this highway spans the breadth of the Big Island from east to west. The potential blockage of this critical route could create substantial issues, particularly for commuters travelling from Hilo and the more affordable areas of the east side to employment opportunities on the west side, which boasts numerous sprawling beach resorts. Adding to the complexity, Hilo is home to the Hilo Medical Center, employing 1,600 individuals, some of whom commute from the west side. Given the limited road network on this island, any disruption to the roadways diverts traffic to other routes, explained Mike Brown, a resident of Kona, in an interview with NBC News. Unless an alternative route is established, commuters would be forced to take the coastal route to and from Kailua Kona, resulting in at least an additional hour of travel time each way. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Hawaii Governor David Ige declared a state of emergency, enabling swift responses and necessary access restrictions. This proclamation empowers the Hawaii National Guard to develop contingency plans and potentially create alternate routes should the lava indeed breach the highway. However, the impact of this situation goes beyond mere inconvenience. Haley Hina Barcia, a Hilo resident with family in Kona on the opposite side of the island, expressed the significance of the highway for maintaining connections. "We will have to take long detours to go south or use the North Road," she said. Another Hilo resident, who commutes to work in Kona, shared the hardship that would befall many. "I don't know how many people who can endure a 4-hour commute for 8 hours of work in a day. Trying to envision that is truly daunting." Typically, lava flows in Hawaii tend to move at a manageable pace, allowing for avoidance. However, the United States Geological Survey, USGS, issues a cautionary reminder that they possess the capacity to obliterate everything in their path, including vegetation and infrastructure. This destruction can sever road access and disrupt utility services. Lava flows pose severe risks, causing burns, abrasions, and lacerations upon contact with unprotected skin. Additionally, they impact air quality by elevating temperatures and reducing visibility, particularly following heavy rainfall. Mauna Loa encompasses approximately half of the island's landmass and accounts for around 50% of its previous volcanic eruptions. The volcano's summit region ascends to a staggering height of approximately 56,000 feet from its base. On some occasions, the lava remains confined within the summit area, while in other instances it spills over into the rift zones, resulting in expansive flows that blanket the lower slopes of the volcano. The National Park Service reports that during the eruption in 1984, a swiftly moving river of lava came within 2 miles of Kulani Prison, highlighting one of the most significant hazards posed by this colossal volcano. Historical records from the mid to late 1800s provide first-hand accounts of the devastating impact of Mauna Loa's active period. Descriptions of the volcano's eruption in 1868 depict a massive stream of lava erupting from a crater and racing towards the ocean at an astonishing speed of 20 miles per hour. In its wake, this relentless force of nature obliterated everything in its path, including horses, cattle, and land, while local villagers desperately fled for their lives. Less than a century later, another major eruption occurred on the fateful night of June 1, 1950. A lava flow emerged from the lower end of Ho'okena Moka village in South Kona, traversing Highway 11, the sole means of escape for the town, and engulfing several houses and a post office before reaching the sea. Thankfully, no lives were lost due to the lava flows during the 1950 eruption. In a more recent eruption in 1984, while Mauna Loa did not cause significant damage through lava flows, it did claim approximately 16 miles of state-owned land. The intrusion of molten rock into Mauna Loa can lead to the volcano expanding and becoming unstable, thereby triggering consequential earthquakes, some of which can be substantial in magnitude. These earthquakes in turn have the potential to induce landslides and tsunamis. The seismic activity associated with Mauna Loa was particularly evident during the massive earthquake on April 2, 1868, estimated to have a magnitude of 8. This cataclysmic event resulted in a landslide and a tidal wave that claimed numerous lives and caused extensive destruction. Descriptions of the quake recount an avalanche instantaneously burying 10 houses, 31 individuals, and 500 head of cattle, while the sea rose by 20 feet along the island's southern shore. In total, 108 houses were destroyed, 46 people drowned, and the district suffered the loss of 118 houses and 77 lives within the span of a single hour. Moreover, the interactions between Mauna Loa and its sister volcano Kilauea triggered a significant earthquake in 1973, resulting in an estimated financial loss of $7 million. Thankfully, no lives were lost in this event. Additionally, the volcanic activity associated with Mauna Loa has had adverse effects on human health and the environment. The volcanic emissions have led to the formation of volcanic smog, commonly known as VOG. VOG is created when volcanic gases, such as sulfur dioxide, react with atmospheric elements like moisture and oxygen. This phenomenon has resulted in respiratory issues for individuals residing downwind of the volcano, crop damage, and contamination of drinking water. Furthermore, VOG can reduce visibility for air and road traffic and may contribute to the occurrence of acid rain, which has detrimental effects on the environment. And Mauna Loa remains an active volcano that indirectly contributes to volcanic air pollution since its last major eruption. In the early 2000s, Mauna Loa began to inflate, and shortly after, its neighbouring volcano, Kilauea, which shares a complex volcanic relationship with Mauna Loa, commenced erupting and generating VOG. However, Mauna Loa won't be the first volcano to unleash a cataclysmic eruption capable of splitting the Earth apart. We have witnessed such an event before in Earth's history. The most colossal volcanic outburst ever recorded shattered an ancient supercontinent, giving rise to the formation of the Atlantic Ocean. Recent research reveals that this eruption disgorged scorching lava over millions of square miles, decimating much of the ancient life on our planet. Scientists have meticulously compiled evidence from numerous basalt formations lining the Atlantic coasts, shedding light on the momentous Titanic eruption that occurred 200 million years ago. The tremendous force of the eruption fractured and gradually drifted apart the once connected land masses, ultimately shaping the Atlantic and moulding the familiar contours of today's world map. Within a relatively brief span of a few million years, this catastrophic event led to the demise of half of all marine species, as well as a significant loss of reptiles and terrestrial creatures. The stage was set for the era of dinosaurs and the initial emergence of mammals. The recent findings bolster the hypothesis that mass extinctions, which have plagued Earth throughout its history, were predominantly caused by the ferocious internal volcanic activity rather than comet impacts or wayward asteroids. Remarkably, 3 major extinctions have been linked to these colossal eruptions that reshaped continents. Paleontologist Paul E. Olson of Columbia University's Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory described the new research as a groundbreaking advancement, stating, "These ranks among the most monumental events in Earth's history. It represents a monumental volcanic event that occurred within an astonishingly brief time frame." By analysing basalt formations, including dikes, sills and lavas, at locations such as the New Jersey Palisades, the Brazilian Amazon, Spain and West Africa, scientists have reconstructed the ancient catastrophe and unravelled its secrets. Now, what are your thoughts on all this? Let us know in the comments section below.